Do you care about repeat client and bigger commission? Here, how we want to give you another ways to make more leads and lead generate to help you with your income.
Right, so this is our series on lead generation, and today we're going to focus on investors, because investors and helping investors find deals is going to help our growth, and we want to know a lot of things about these investors. So that's really what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about how to build a relationship with investors, a step-by-step process, and things you can do in order to grow your investor army, if you want to call it.
Exactly. Therefore, really, as my wife said, investor is just not one category. Understanding the needs of the real estate investor is super important, and we can categorize it in a different category. Like, for example, flippers. Those are they cared about to get a property with under the market and then flip it and get the money and make the money.
They're going to flip it and improve it.
The second one is buying and holding investment. This is many people, they do that. They buy it, they rent it, and they hold the value, and after a couple years they wanted to sell it and get the appreciation and invest in more properties. The third one is the commercial investors, but they seek always about retail spaces, office buildings, or multi-unit listing, and they care really about the numbers. That's why you need to be really good with the numbers, understanding what exactly take on for them to make that profitable. And the last one is the wholesale investor. That is also another category for that.
Right, there are people who are looking for the undervalued home to get that quick sale and to have, then turn it around and have a quick resale. Now, the thing you want to do when you're understanding the types of investors is you should also understand the common terminology. So you need to know your vocab words with this, like ROI, return on investment, your cap rate, your cash on cash returns, your ARV, after repair value, your GCI. You have to be able to speak their language, so you have to know those words.
Not just a word. You need to know exactly what it means, not just a word. But definitely identifying the next step is after you deep into dive to know what is these categories are, we need to know how you can identify those investors. They could be local or not local. Therefore, the things that you can do and be proactive. First, the local meetup means that any club or real estate investment group that you can network and participate in their sessions and make sure that you're networking with those people. What else they can do?
That you can also find them online, Facebook groups, Reddit forums. There are lots of forums talking about investors, LinkedIn group forums. You can really join the investor groups and really start looking online to see who is active movers in your area. Another thing you can do is
public records. That is also things that really is good if to deep dive on it. Look for frequent buyers or LCs in your market that they purchase properties in the area that you are practicing real estate.
And of course, the most common way we get investors is through referrals. Ask your network if they know any investors and know anybody who is there to help as well.
Exactly.
Do you want to say anything else before we move on to the next one?
No.
Okay, so the next one is step 3.
Is step 3.
Build your investor list. So you need to start paying attention and making sure you are making special note that these people are investors. You're putting the hashtag in kvCORE. Whatever CRM you're using, you make sure that you are tagging these people as investors, and you want to know a few things about them. Of course, your name and contact information, what their goals are, what type of investor are they? Are flipper? Are they renting? Are they looking for commercial? You want to know their property types. Are they someone who only buys townhomes? Are they specifically only looking for homes that are 14 to 1600 square foot, and they're never going to buy anything beyond that? You need to know what their property types are and their price points that they are looking for.
Exactly. Therefore, the tips here, as my wife said, you need to know. We said kvCORE, but that means the contact relationship management or your CRM. Any CRM that you're using, make sure that you create a campaign, meaning that you have a meaningful campaign that can touch point with all of your leads in that group to help them to understand how you can help them, and if the current moment they are searching for any investment properties.
Next thing you want to do is step 4 is you want to establish yourself as a resource. So you want to show that you are the person that they want to work with, of course. Investors are very busy people, and they want someone who can streamline the process for them, and this we're going to give you a few tips about it.
Exactly. Therefore, as my wife said, you wanted to talk about like a hunting deals for them?
No. Okay, so basically I was talking about making sure that you're the resource that they go to. So you want to make sure that you are giving them the right market trends.
Okay.
You are sharing insights with them. You're talking about the local market. You are talking about, my husband moved things on me. You are talking about property values. You are talking about opportunities. And you are sending them those deals before, or you're talking to them about specific deals that might have hit their email at 3 o'clock in the morning, but you're mentioning why this one works and the math behind it. And if you can create a deal criteria template for them, this is ding, 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 something is a winner, because then they can make the decision, but you're showing them the math.
Exactly. Therefore, for example, you can say something like, hi investor, it could be Alex, could be John. I came across this property in this specific neighborhood that might be aligned with your goal. It's listed at this price, the nominal price, and I estimate ARV, or after repair value, is this much. Let me know if you like more details and how I can be at your service.
Next thing you want to do is hunt for deals for these people. You want to make sure that those deals are attractive for whatever it is that they're looking for. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, yes. First, it's sometimes hard to catch up with all these things. That's why when you are putting people in campaign in your CRM, you need to also go to your local MLS or whatever commercial or investment property in MLS you have, make another campaign for them, meaning that set up with them for the MLS that they receive by the criteria that you already digged in talking to them, or text messaging them to make sure that you can send them automatically.
So you want to make sure that you're sending them any price reductions, distressed properties, homes listed as is, because this might be something that they are looking for. So you're looking for their keywords. You want to also make sure that you know about the off-market deals. You're checking out things on your websites. You're looking for distressed properties in the neighborhood with overgrown yards. They look like they're being neglected, and these might be deals that you might want to show to your investors. But you want to make sure that you have contractors. I think that's key with this one. You want to show that you understand the prices of how much things are going to cost, so you can say the repair value and how much things are going to be costing for investors.
Exactly. Therefore, the last thing or the next thing that we wanted to talk about, we were talking about the pitch deals effectively. As my wife mentioned, one of the things is you need to know the terminology and how you can work it out. For example, if you are looking for the flippers and you wanted to know after repair value, how much is that? With talking about to some of the contractors, understanding if they're looking at the rental income, you wanted to know what is the ROI or return on investment is. Gathering all this information, it helps you to show yourself as a knowledgeable real estate agent professionals that really can help them and handhold them from the start to the finish for that investment property.
You also want to be able to explain to them why this neighborhood might be good for their area. Maybe it has certain things for them, like, it's a new development or the vacancy is really low. But you always want to make sure that you are being honest with people, because people don't really want to work with the sharks out there. They want to work with somebody that they can trust. So you need to make sure that you're always building trust with them, which is going to lead us to nurturing.
Exactly. Therefore, nurturing is the most important part of the process. Why? Because you need to follow up with them regularly, show that you care, you providing value, but knowing your market, and also the listing that comes to the market, you're aware of it, and how those they can use it leverage financially for their benefits. And also inviting them to exclusive preview, offer them for example, properties that you came across and you think has a potential for them. And of course, ask them always for feedback. Make sure this way it helps you to improve your service and also build a better relationship with them, because they can give you better feedback, and at the end show always gratitude. And with the gift, a small gift or note, and this helps you to actually build more relationship and hopefully more referral in the future.
Now, with scaling your business, you want to make sure a couple tips as real estate agents we want to do with all of this. You want to make sure that you're sending a monthly investor newsletter. So you're sharing the deals that are out there, the market insights for specifically investors, and you're hosting and you're really talking about successful investments that have happened. Another thing you can do is host investment workshops. Those are workshops where you can talk about market trends, financing options, investment strategies, wealth building, and of course you want to partner with people, because those contractors, those appraisers, those property managers, they're going to be very important for investors.
Exactly. And you wanted to promote your expertise, which is also part of that. You need to show up by make your website professional. Don't forget your social media and the content that you put it geared toward the investors, and make sure that they know, they see your expertise, and share with them the testimonial, like the investor that you in the past you worked with them and they're happy with your services. And also don't forget to do the blog posting too, because that puts you in front of many people around that they can find you easily and they can connect with you to give you more potential future investors.
I will give you a tip. I would not put my investor videos, if you're going to do a YouTube channel, I would not put a YouTube channel for investors in the same category as you have first-time homebuyers. That should be a separate channel. Pro tip I just want to kind of give you. So, but either way, you want to stay consistent. You want to be proactive, that you are going to grow your investment arm, and you're going to keep learning, because this is a different strategy, different grouping than homebuyers or home sellers. So we want to make sure that we are staying consistent in finding those deals and making our investors happy.